lunch. We're going to make something slightly healthier than Twinkies and Doritos over here. Master Chef from City Dock Restaurant, Robert Cillizza, is back with us today to make one of my favorites, Eggplant Parmigiana. It's a classic, but I know you're going to put your own twist on it.
Yes, nothing traditional, just the way I do things, crazy. You know, olive oil first in the pan, get it nice and warm. We've got the garlic, the oregano, the basil, salt and pepper, and a little bit of sugar depending on, you know, the taste of the raw tomato that you're going to use. Now, you can buy this in the store, plum tomatoes in a can, and then take them out and squeeze them with your hands, and that's exactly what's here. It's just raw tomato. Marinara in Italy means quick sauce.
Okay.
15 to 20 minutes, it's done, where the traditional Italian sauce is 6 hours.
Like days? Okay, 6 hours.
6 hours. And
6
when you're
hours,
making the sauce, you'd be surprised on how many people today that have made it can tell when it's ready just by the smell.
Okay.
Just by the smell, you can tell that the sauce is ready to eat. The garlic, of course, you want it to make sure that it's fresh. Don't use...
You're making a lot of marinara today, aren't you?
Well, I've got pasta, too, so I figured that, you know, you're making all this marinara, you got to eat it on something. So
That's
I
right.
brought pasta with it, too, you know.
You could just eat it with a spoon, but we won't do that.
So I've got the garlic, you know, just starting to get just a little bit brown. And then we're going to go ahead and put the sauce in, the raw tomato.
This could be splashy.
It could be splashy, but they have aprons for women if you'd like to put one on somewhere.
Maybe
But
I will.
anyway, see?
Maybe I just will. Okay?
It's not a hunky.
They make them for men, too,
Good, good. I've got one
just
on, yes.
so you know.
And, you know, this is going to take 15 to 20 minutes, so while that's cooking, I'll go ahead and show you what to do with the eggplant. Now, the eggplant, of course, Cheryl, we were just talking, and how sometimes people will eat this food, like pine nuts, edamame, or even eggplant.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of a bitter saltiness, itchiness in your mouth.
I do.
Trust me, that comes from the ingredients that it's sprayed with when they send it from overseas, like Chile or someplace like that, where we get a lot of our fresh vegetables during the winter time and all.
Right.
So you want to make sure you treat it right before you go ahead and cook it. A good thing to do is when you cut your eggplant.
Do you want me to stir that so you
If
can
you
start
don't mind.
cutting? No, I don't mind at all.
Cut it and then let it sit and
I've
sprinkle
got my
salt
apron
on
on
it.
now. Cut it and
Your-
sprinkle salt on it,
salt
and that'll
on it.
cut that away?
That'll cut away the bitterness, and then it'll make it where you can eat it pleasantly and not have to worry about the afterbite of the itchiness and the sourness
Yeah,
or the
see, I
bitter
thought
in your mouth.
I just always figured I had a little mild allergy or something.
Nope.
So basically we want our eggplants made in the USA,
Yes.
if you can.
If you can. If you
Okay.
can.
Or
And
do
if
the
you
salt
can't,
thing.
then go ahead and do the salt thing and go ahead and do it. When you cut your eggplant, try to cut it the same thickness each time, so you have the cooking time will be the same.
All right.
Because once this is all cooked, then it goes into the oven to melt the mozzarella cheese. It takes about 15 or 20 minutes. And then you're ready to eat.
All right, in our next segment, we'll go ahead and layer it up and get it going in the oven.
Yes, great.
All right, meantime, Jeremy Wheeler smelled the sauce. All right, we're back in Hampton Roadshow Kitchen with Executive Master Chef Robert Cillizza of City Dock Restaurant right there in Sheraton, Waterside, making eggplant parmesan.
Making it. What I'm doing now is I'm going ahead and I'm going through the dipping process of breading. And what you have to do is into the flour, into the egg wash, and then into the breadcrumb. Remember to keep a dry hand and then a wet hand. Don't try to put them together or else you have breadcrumb on both your hands.
Yeah.
And you really wouldn't know what's going on. So
Right. And it's dry, wet, dry.
Right. And then this is how they look when they come out. And that's what you want, just a light golden brown. And you have to just keep on turning them just to make them right. Eggplant will cook real quick, and then you're going to finish it in the oven, so it's really not that hard.
You haven't even mentioned how well I'm doing with the sauce.
Well, okay, I won't mention it.
This is coming to a boil,
Yeah.
in case you were wondering.
It'll come to a boil, and then everything will start incorporating the oregano, the basil, the salt, pepper, just a little bit of sugar to get the little bitterness out from the raw tomato.
Right.
And then it'll start. You know, about 10 years ago, my uncle came from Italy.
Right.
Yeah, he came from Italy, and every Sunday we go to church, every Sunday. So we went to church this time, and there must have been somebody's football team there, because, I mean, there was guys in front of us that I would not want to line up against anywhere, you know. Well, in those days, of course, remember, it was the beeper and the pager. It wasn't a cell phone.
Right.
You know, so you're used to hearing that beep, beep, or whatever, you know. So in the middle of the church, one of the football players' beepers went off. My uncle jumps up and yells, "Everybody get out of the way, the big guy's backing up." You know, I just couldn't believe it. Right in church he said that. It was unbelievable. But anyways, you can see how nice and golden it's coming right now. You're not laughing over there.
They're laughing. They're laughing. Look, Santa's, I don't know, maybe Santa's not laughing. Santa's kind of big.
Well, he's not a football player.
Your food will keep you on the nice list. I have a feeling you are at the top of the nice list.
But as you can see, it's coming together. Now, when this is all done, I'll let it sit and drain a few minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and layer it in the pan with sauce, the eggplant, the marinara, cheese, the marinara sauce that we're making right now.
Yep.
And then we'll go ahead and just continue layering that, making the sheets that we need into the oven for 15 minutes, and it's done, and it's ready to go.
All right. Easy to do.
You can smell the flavor right now. It's unbelievable.
It is. All right. Thanks, Chef Robert. We'll do that when we come back.
Okay.
Back in the Hampton Roadshow kitchen, we are going to talk about the perfect beverage in just a moment. But first, Executive Master Chef Robert Cillizza of the City Dock Restaurant is going to tell us how you put the finishing touches now on this dish.
Okay, the finished product is here that you would see, you know, if you were cooking it at home. In the restaurant, of course, we'd go ahead and we put the first layer of sauce. Then I'd go ahead and I'd start layering the eggplant. A little bit of Parmesan cheese, the fresh mozzarella cheese, and then back again with the sauce. And we usually will make 2 layers.
The homemade sauce.
The homemade marinara sauce.
All right.
And of course, as I said, I brought pasta to go with it just in case.
All right.
Just in case.
So you'll shock that. You'll continue plating up. In the meantime, I want to bring in Josh Ha, is back here from the Sheraton. And I didn't notice I didn't say the perfect wine because, good morning, you brought Zambuca.
I did, but I'll start with the wine.
Okay, you did bring the wine, and I looked at that too, and I said, what is this? Because I had never seen the adorable little half bottle.
Yes, we do half bottles at the City Dock, actually, with a lot of business clientele in the hotel. We find it works really well because it's 2.5 glasses.
Right.
If you're traveling by yourself, it's the perfect size.
That's enough, so, right.
But it is, it's Carol Shelton Zinfandel, organically grown grapes, and it's called Wild Thing. They're Wild Thing Zinfandel, and they call it Wild Thing because they use all wild yeast. Typically, winemakers use cultured yeast and add it during fermentation process, but she just uses a natural yeast that naturally are on the outside of the grape skins.
Okay.
And in my opinion, probably one of the best female winemakers in California for sure. So she just makes great wines. Also brought Sambuca for after dinner.
Okay.
Doesn't really go with during dinner. I would recommend it after.
Yeah.
And typically, just serving it neat is great. You just put it in a brandy snifter, and
it has like a little bit of a like a licoricey kind of
correct
taste.
Anise. Yep, it's actually Sambuca is made from the essential oils from the star anise fruit, and typically you just serve it neat. You can add 3 coffee beans. Those stand for health, happiness, and prosperity. Or you don't have to if you want, and you can chew on the bean after if you want.
That's nice, though. That would be a nice, like a New Year's Eve toast or something like that.
Exactly.
If you're going to make some eggplant parm for all your friends,
Absolutely.
stay up till midnight, have your wine, your Zambuca, your health, fortune, and what did you say?
Health, happiness, and prosperity.
Happiness and prosperity. All right, I've still got some time to get that straight before New Year's Eve. Well, thank you very much, Joshua Ha, for coming in and making those recommendations. I think the half bottle is such a great idea. Thank you very much for the recommendations. And Chef Robert, we look forward to trying this dish a little bit later on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.